Welcome to the first video in our APA formatting and quotation usage series. We're beginning with the very important topic of plagiarism, which the USC Student Affairs Office defines as the unacknowledged and inappropriate use of the ideas or wording of another writer. It's important to note here that plagiarism is not just taking someone else's words, but it can be taking someone else's ideas or thoughts as well, when you don't give the writer of those thoughts credit. So you want to make sure that whenever you're borrowing someone else's thoughts, that you credit the source of those ideas. Student Affairs goes on to say, because the false discourse of plagiarism corrupts values to which the university community is fundamentally committed, such as the pursuit of knowledge and intellectual honesty, plagiarism is considered a grave violation of academic integrity, and the sanctions against it are correspondingly severe. Anecdotally, I can tell you that I know of 2 instances within Rossier of plagiarism, and in both cases the plagiarizers were expelled from their respective programs, so it's definitely something the School of Education takes very seriously. As defined in the University Student Conduct Code, plagiarism includes the submission of material authored by another person but represented as the student's own work, whether that material is paraphrased or copied in verbatim or near verbatim form. Again, to avoid this type of plagiarism, all you need to do is cite or credit the author of ideas that you're borrowing, and how to cite according to APA convention is covered in a different video in this series. Plagiarism also includes the submission of material subjected to editorial revision by another person that results in substantive changes in content or major alteration of writing style. When you're allowing a friend or a colleague to proofread your paper, you want to make sure that they're not changing it so much that it's not really your paper anymore, or that they're adding in their own ideas. One suggestion I have for avoiding this type of plagiarism is to get verbal feedback from your editors or proofreaders instead of allowing them to write directly on your paper or type into a file. That way you'll know that all the changes you make are coming from your own hand and hopefully from your own head as well as they're giving you feedback. Finally, plagiarism includes improper acknowledgement of sources in essays or papers. So you want to make sure that you're correctly acknowledging sources and not writing down a different source than where you actually found the information. Sometimes students will intentionally do this so that professors can't find the source of their material, so that the professor won't know exactly how much was borrowed from a particular source. Self-plagiarism, and yes, there is such a thing, is the practice of presenting one's own previously published work as though it were new. USC expects each paper that students submit to be original work, not an assignment previously submitted to another instructor or for another course. There is an exception if you have permission from your instructor to take part of a paper and use it, part of an old paper and use it for a new assignment. That's fine, again, as long as the professor knows this and gives you consent before you do that.